Hey guys, Pinozilla here with another video. Today I'm going to let you know, once you hit 50, what you should be doing. Alright, well there's the obvious things that you should be obviously running veteran dungeons, veteran adventures, doing some veteran ship hands as well, and checking those out. Those are obvious things to get geared up, but there are some other things that you want to make sure you're doing pretty much every day to be able to maximize your experience at level 50. The first thing you want to do is once a day you can come to northeastern Malgrave, right above Sandstone Hold. Up here, there's going to be, if you're on a high population server, or you're a lot of people in your guild are getting 50, there's an event called Critical Containment Reactor Core Stable. Basically, it's a 20+ group event that is a boss. You drop some loot. Definitely worth doing once a day. That's probably the biggest group thing you can do before you can start raiding it once you get attuned. Which brings me into my second thing, your attunement, what you should be doing. Basically, you need to get your attunement for the level 20 raid if you plan on raiding, which I'm pretty sure most people will. So in order to do that, you need to go ahead and get yourself 150 Elder Gems. In order to do that, as you can see, once you hit 50, you still have an experience bar. Well, it's not really called experience bar anymore, it's called your Elder Point bar. Your Elder Point bar consisted of 75,000 experience. Per week, you can level that 140 times, which really isn't too hard to do. I'm on day 2 right now, and I'm about 92% all the way through, as you can see up here in the top left. I have Elder Points Weekly Max at 93.5%. So the best thing you could do is just go back and do any kind of level 45 to 50 quests. That'll still give you some decent experience. You can grind mobs. Mobs usually give you right around 6,000 experience. You can do veteran dungeons, veteran adventures, anything at like level 45 and up will give you experience. You'll be good. The other things, once you get that, you go ahead and you go right down here into the Fortune's Ground once you have 150, which would take you 2 weeks technically, because you only get 140 a week, unless you were some of the lucky few that actually hit 50 before the reset on Monday night at 5 a.m. Central. So basically, we'll go on down there real quick. You need to go ahead and buy what's called the Genesis Key once you hit 150 Elder Gems. So what the Genesis Key will do is it'll give you the attunement quest. It's a pretty long and drawn out process. You're going to have to be doing a lot of things, a lot of group content. But the Genesis Key, as you can see, has 13 steps here. The first step is going to be to kill a single person or single player boss. The single player boss is going to be located in Wilderun, if I can find it here. Wilderun, he's going to be located right up here on this pedestal. If you're Dominion, he's going to be down here. Exile, right up here. Is a fairly difficult boss. It's kind of like doing Dark Souls. You got to understand what the boss does, stuff like that, before you can actually kill him. So he's basically he's just a fire elemental in the middle. You have to run around, dodge a lot of telegraphs, activate some extinguishers, and kill him. Once you do that, you have to go ahead and get your reputation all the way up to 32,000, which is what your goal for the next week is going to be. So, as you can see here, this is the Elder Gem vendor in Exiles. Genesis Key is right here, 150 Elder Points. So once you get those, go ahead and buy that. Now, obviously, you can't do the quest to kill that fire elemental until you get the Genesis Key, but you can still get your reputation up to Beloved with Exiles whenever. So, which brings me to the third thing you should do is you should be doing your level 50 dailies. Currently, there's 2 areas that will be available for dailies. The first area is going to be Crimson Badlands, so Operation Crimson Badlands. The second one, which is disabled right now, but will hopefully get enabled soon, is Northern Wastes. So those will be the 2 level 50 daily zones. I'll go ahead and show you for Exiles how to get to the Crimson Badlands. At level 49 is when they actually become unlocked. So if you find yourself lacking quests at level 49, come to Thade. You'll get a quest to go to Crimson Badlands. But essentially, right here on my map, a little bit east of the taxi vendor, you'll find Gus Oakby. And just right click him, he'll say you want to travel to Crimson Badlands, go ahead and yes. And Crimson Badlands has about 12 to 15 quests to do. Some of them require a group to do. You'll actually find them a little bit hidden. There'll be these giant machines dug into the ground that you can right click, which will bring you underground, and there'll be a 5-man boss to kill down there with your group of friends. But this is the beginning area for Exiles. You'll start at Bloodstone Landing. You'll have to talk to 3 people. One of them is right over here, Specialist Matthews. He'll give you some quests. Make sure, I always forget this one, but this tactical uplink right here actually has a quest for you. It doesn't look like a quest when it has the icon above it, so make sure you right click that. It'll give you a quest. Just do the dailies here. It really shouldn't take you more than 45 minutes to an hour to do them, as long as you know what you're doing. It might take you a little bit longer the first time, obviously, but once you're done with them, I mean, that's really it. That's all you really need to do for level 50, is do these dailies once a day. I was told by the devs that it should reset at 3 a.m. every night PDT. For whatever reason, they've been resetting at 2 a.m. PDT for me, so I'm not really sure what's going on there, if it's just a bug or whatnot. But once you get the dailies here, you'll see that once you start getting up with them, you will be able to buy some gear. Honestly, I don't think you're ever going to be able to, unless you don't do anything else other than single player content, you're really not going to find a use once you get to Beloved. I've done my dailies 3 times now, and starting from 0 reputation, I've only got to liked. So I've only gained 2,669 reputation with them in 3 days. So as you can see, getting all the way up to 32,000 is going to take you probably a couple weeks to do, and hopefully by then you have already ran some veteran dungeons and adventures, so you don't really need that gear. By the way, if leave a comment in this video if you find out what these dusty crushers are for. They're these giant elden dinosaurs that are roaming around. They give absolutely nothing, they hardly drop anything, and they're not for any quest, and they're the only mob in the zone that doesn't actually have a purpose right now. But if you do know what they're for, let me know. I would love to figure out and explore the secrets that they may hold. So another cool thing, just a kind of tip if you're leveling or you want to grind out some experience at higher level, these venomous skitters here, they don't aggro on. They give right around 6,300 experience, and they're very easy to kill. So I would highly recommend killing those guys. They can be found all around certain areas here. They're typically right next to these the Crimson Augmenters and stuff like that, the big giant earth elementals. So but that's really all you should do at level 50, other than the obvious single player stuff, which is enjoy housing, go back and do pretty much any quest that you can do, because what's going to happen is, I think it's like 10% of the reputation you earn from a quest. Like, let's say I did a quest here in Crimson Badlands, it gave me 1,000 reputation when I did it. Well, I'm going to get 100 reputation for Exiles. So it's 10% of whatever you get reputation for a quest. So go back, you know, if you chose Northern Wilds to level, then go back and start at Everstar Grove and go to Celestian. Complete all those quests. That'll really help you get that reputation going, especially if you're like me and there's not really a whole lot of 50s on right now, or maybe you've just grinded way too many veterans right now and you don't want to stress out anymore, which I completely understand. So I hope this guide helped you on what to do at level 50. Just to make sure, you know, when I hit 50, I was like, is this really it? You know, am I missing something? And once I got it all clarified, I figured I'd share it with you guys, just so you know that there isn't a whole lot going on at level 50 yet. Definitely in the weeks to come, there will be more zones opening up. We all know about that new level 50 questing single player zone that will be opening up on the first month's major patch. So hopefully you guys are having fun with the game. Enjoy!